A titan's gamble from Milton Keynes. Red Bull Racing now stands on the precipice of history, taking the boldest leap ever attempted by an independent team in the world of Formula One. After years of relying on the grace of major engine suppliers like Renault and Honda, Christian Horner and his team decided to sever the chains of dependency. They established Red Bull Powertrains, an ambitious engine division designed to challenge the global manufacturing status quo. This is no mere side project, but a life-or-death gamble involving trillions of rupiah in investment and thousands of elite experts. Without any guarantee of success, they are attempting to design a hybrid power unit from scratch, a task that makes even the largest automotive giants tremble. Red Bull is now betting that total independence is the only path toward eternal dominance in the pinnacle of motorsport. The collapse of negotiations with the German giant. Before Ford appeared on the radar, the automotive world nearly witnessed a holy alliance between Red Bull and Porsche. However, that seemingly perfect deal shattered into pieces due to a deep clash of egos and core principles. Porsche, with its rigid corporate stance, demanded full 50% control over the team's shares and operational management. For Red Bull, this was a direct threat to their agile, bureaucracy-free working culture.
They refused to become a pawn in the hands of the German giant, choosing a lonely path over losing their competitive soul. The failure of this deal left a deep wound, while simultaneously throwing the doors wide open for Ford to step in as a more flexible savior. The destruction of the Porsche alliance became the catalyst for a far more unpredictable chapter in the history of the sport: the return of the legend from Detroit. After nearly 2 decades of vanishing from the Grand Prix stage, Ford has finally decided to descend from the mountains and reclaim their lost honor. This move is not merely a common marketing strategy, but a response to the tectonic shifts in the global automotive industry moving towards electrification. Ford views Formula One as the world's fastest laboratory to test their most cutting-edge battery and electric motor technologies. The return of this titan from Detroit sends shockwaves through the entire grid, signaling that the United States is ready to once again dominate the peak of motor racing. They do not come as spectators, but as warriors hungry for victory, carrying a long legacy steeped in past glories. Ford is ready to rewrite its destiny on a racing circuit that is now more glamorous and high stakes than ever before. A strategic alliance without clashing egos. The fundamental differences between Red Bull and Ford create a symbiotic relationship almost impossible to find in other partnerships.
Red Bull is an adrenaline-fueled energy drink company, while Ford is an iconic car manufacturer in need of technological validation. Because Red Bull does not sell mass-market road cars, there is no conflict of interest or brand rivalry that could sabotage their working relationship. Ford did not arrive with the intention of taking command or dictating how the racing team should operate. Instead, they are here to provide massive resource support. This is a partnership built on mutual respect, where both parties fill each other's gaps without jostling for corporate power. This unique cooperation structure is predicted to become the new gold standard for alliances between manufacturers and competitive racing teams. The hybrid technology revolution of 2026. The engine regulations set to be implemented in 2026 are the primary reason Ford felt summoned back to the battlefield. These new rules mandate a significantly larger use of electric power, nearly reaching 50% of the total engine output, along with the use of fully sustainable fuels. Ford sees this as a golden opportunity to showcase their expertise in developing advanced hybrid propulsion systems and sophisticated battery energy management. They are bringing a legion of their best engineers from Dearborn to work hand-in-hand with Red Bull technicians to create the most efficient power unit ever conceived.
This is a technological arms race where software intelligence and energy conversion efficiency will determine who stands atop the podium. The year 2026 will be the ultimate proving ground for whether Ford's future vision aligns with the reality of the track. Ford's return to Formula One is also a mission of redemption for the tragic failure of the Jaguar racing project in the early 2000s. Back then, Ford tried to run a racing team with a slow, office-style bureaucracy filled with political intrigue, which ultimately ended in total disaster. That failure became a black stain on their motorsport history and provided a painful but valuable lesson on how not to manage an F1 team. Now, under wiser leadership, Ford is determined not to repeat those fatal mistakes by allowing Red Bull to lead the racing operations. They have transformed from an arrogant owner into a humble yet incredibly powerful technical partner. Erasing the Jaguar curse is a hidden motivation burning within Ford's executives to ensure this new alliance operates perfectly and without a single flaw in its execution. Criticisms claiming Ford is merely sticking a logo on a Red Bull engine are fiercely refuted through deep technical integration. Ford contributes crucial expertise in battery cell design, electric motor technology, MGUK, and highly complex software control algorithms. Ford's state-of-the-art manufacturing facilities are utilized to produce critical components using high-precision 3D printing methods. This is an organic technical collaboration where knowledge from Ford's mass-produced electric car lines is integrated into the extreme performance of a racing engine. Without Ford's technical input, Red Bull might have struggled to face the complexities of the 2026 electrical regulations. Ford's presence provides a reach of resources that no other independent team possesses, creating a fearsome hybrid weapon against their global rivals on the racing circuit. The F1 popularity explosion in America. Unstoppable economic and cultural factors also played a massive role in Ford's return to this most prestigious motorsport stage. Thanks to a global phenomenon and massive expansion in the United States market, Formula One has now become a highly popular lifestyle in Ford's homeland. With races in Miami, Austin, and Las Vegas, Ford could not miss the chance to perform in front of their enthusiastic domestic audience. They want to capitalize on this momentum to strengthen their brand image as an innovative and relevant technology leader for the younger generation. Formula One provides an unparalleled global stage to reach hundreds of millions of eyes simultaneously across the world.
For Ford, F1 is no longer just an expensive hobby, but the most effective marketing platform to cement their dominance in the increasingly competitive global automotive market. The threat of cost caps and the risk of failure. Behind this grand ambition lies a real threat in the form of very strict engine budget caps imposed by the FIA. With a limited financial ceiling, there is no room for even the smallest mistake in the development process of this new power unit. If Red Bull and Ford fail to create a competitive engine from the start, they will be trapped in a cycle of defeat that is extremely difficult to rectify. This cost cap means they cannot simply pour more money in to find an instant solution if their performance falters. This risk is very real and haunts every development step in Milton Keynes and Dearborn constantly. Failure in 2026 would not only be globally embarrassing for Ford, but could also end the era of Red Bull dominance built so painstakingly over the years. It is a high-stakes game where the ultimate prize is an eternal reputation, a long-term vision into the next decade. Ford's commitment to this partnership is no joke, with an official contract spending until 2030 and the possibility of further extension. They did not come just to pass through or seek short-term gains, but to build a new dynasty. Ford wants to ensure that every drop of their investment has a long-term impact on the development of future road car technology.
The focus on sustainable fuels and net zero carbon emissions shows they intend to be part of the global environmental solution through racing. This alliance is a declaration of war against traditional manufacturers like Ferrari and Mercedes, challenging them in their own backyard. With sharp vision and iron will, Ford and Red Bull are preparing to rule the new decade of Formula One with innovations that will change the history of motor racing forever in a way never seen before.
Intelligence warfare and global talent heist. Behind the scenes of the glittering circuits, a cold war is raging for the most genius minds in the automotive industry. Red Bull and Ford are not just building engines, they are assembling an elite army by poaching top-tier talent from their arch rivals, most notably Mercedes and Ferrari. Every engineer who defects brings invaluable secrets and working methodologies that could shift the entire balance of power in 2026. Christian Horner is aggressively hunting hybrid experts to ensure that Red Bull powertrains possesses an unrivaled intellectual advantage. Ford fully backs this talent invasion by providing financial stability and access to their vast global research network. This is high-stakes chess, where a single genius mind can determine the difference between a world championship title or an embarrassing failure under the harsh glare of the global spotlight and media. A symbol of new energy sovereignty. This partnership is about far more than just speed on the track. It is a profound declaration of sovereignty over the future of energy. By pivoting to fully sustainable synthetic fuels, Red Bull and Ford are attempting to prove that the internal combustion engine still has a place in an increasingly green world. They are designing a technical masterpiece capable of generating immense power without damaging the planet, a paradox they aim to solve before the eyes of the entire world. Ford is utilizing the F1 stage to validate that eco-friendly technology can be intensely aggressive and emotionally captivating. If they succeed, they will become the heroes who saved the roar of racing engines from total extinction. It is a moral and technical battle to redefine what it truly means to be fast in a 21st century fraught with climate challenges and shifting societal expectations. The test of loyalty amidst uncertainty. As the clock ticks relentlessly toward the opening race of the 2026 season, the loyalty and mental resilience of every team member will be tested to the breaking point. Pressure from shareholders in Detroit and the merciless expectations of Red Bull fans create a suffocating atmosphere within the development rooms. Every failed dyno test or minor battery malfunction will trigger doubts that could potentially destroy team morale from the inside out. Ford and Red Bull must remain united even when the storm of criticism hits if initial results do not meet the lofty expectations. This is the phase where corporate friendships will be tested by the hottest fires of competition. Only those with blind faith in this shared vision will survive the arduous journey toward glory. 2026 is not just a racing year, it is the ultimate test of human character and machine performance in brutal harmony.